or elements of Labour clearly panicking and desperately trying to avoid an election. And in many ways, you can understand that the Burnham bounce seems to be over already, with Reform retaking the lead, and a Prime Minister and Labour leader in Andy Burnham, who has absolutely no mandate, for instance, for these plans to basically allow mayors to overrule local councils when it comes to planning decisions, to housing developments. And you've got the deputy leader of Labour, Lucy Powell, recently on ITV being asked about the state of the country and the Home Office guidance that was issued to people coming into this country. This was her response.
Can I take your attention, please, to the front page of the Daily Mail this morning, to slightly separate matters, where we read that ministers are being forced to tell asylum seekers, don't rape women. These are pamphlets now being offered by the Home Office to people who are arriving here claiming asylum. Why are these pamphlets necessary?
Well, look, I mean, I don't know the background to these pamphlets, but what I do know is that it's of course absolutely right that we explain to people what the rule of law in this country is, what the consequences will be for people if they don't abide by the laws of this country, and those consequences are very severe for somebody seeking asylum, for example. If they break the law, they will have their asylum claim completely cancelled at that point, and they will face deportation to where they came
say,
from. So
these are the rules of the road. You're not issuing asylum seekers pamphlets saying these are the rules on littering. You're issuing pamphlets about not raping women. Is this the government acknowledging that some asylum seekers, not all, some asylum seekers, are a risk to women?
Look, I mean, I think, as I say, I don't know the background to these particular.
Well, I could give you the background. It's all over the papers this morning.
It's part of a. Yeah, of course. It's part of a range of. We have a range of measures that we're doing.
So yeah, perhaps in that context, not so surprising that Labour are seeking to try and avoid an early election. I mean, when you look at what is going on right now, what's been allowed to go on in recent times is absolutely staggering. Well, thank you so much to Outskill for sponsoring today's video. And we did recently see an example of how powerful AI is becoming when Anthropic had to pull one of their models off the internet, Claude Fable 5. Now, the ban was lifted and Fable 5 came right back online. But this shows you the sort of power you're seeing sitting inside Claude at the moment. And so that's why you should consider joining the Claude Mastery Sprint. This is a full deep dive into Claude. Now this will be taking place this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern Time. A huge number of people across the world have already gone through this. And in 2 days, you'll run deep research with Claude, build your own artifacts and dashboards, connectors that automate boring stuff, even your job search, and you'll get hands-on with Claude Code. And if you sign up now, you'll also unlock 3 bonuses, 50 secret Claude codes, and a complete AI prompt library and a personalized AI toolkit builder. 2 days could change the next 2 years. Sign up for your seat before they run out. See the link below this video, and indeed you can scan the QR code on screen now. And we can start, for instance, with the backlog of those who have tried to claim asylum in this country and been rejected. Why is there even an appeals process? But you can see the number of appeals is up 500% in 2 years. The number of foreign criminals avoiding deportation living in this country is at a record level, almost 20,000. You see, don't we, time and time again, how weak and pathetic our system is. People coming into this country absolutely taking the mickey, really. And a system that allows now 50,000 illegal migrants and foreign criminals to basically just go missing, absconding. A very, very dangerous situation indeed. And that's why, even though some clearly think that Andy Burnham should try and maximise his early honeymoon period and call an early election, what you're already seeing as well, with those reports that some in Burnham's inner circle are considering an early election, perhaps next year. Many Labour MPs very, very worried, it seems, and desperately warning against there being an early election called, desperately trying to stop the prospect of a general election over fears of carnage. And what is increasingly clear already is that the next election will be a battle between, do you want a Labour government or a Reform government? And this was some of what Reform had to say today. Do watch this and let me know your thoughts in the comments below.
This plan is about building, over a decade, another 500,000 affordable social homes. It's the right thing to do. The next question, of course, is, okay, having built them, actually what's the allocation process? Who is sort of first in the queue? And in a sense, we'd rather there wasn't a queue at all. But the reality is we've got 1.3 million people in the queue. And we're saying that the first people that one should be looking after are young British workers, under 35, young British married couples, young British veterans who've done the right thing. They've got a job, they're doing their best, working in their community, setting a fine example, because the role of the British government is actually to look after British citizens first. And we think that is the most important. With regard to the existing 540,000 approximately existing affordable social housing that is occupied by overseas nationals, we have clearly set out before that actually we don't think that is fair. And this does come down to fairness. It's not fair that young British working families, couples, individuals, veterans can't get on the housing ladder when overseas nationals have come to the UK, in a sense because of the current rules, based on need rather than suitability, they've jumped ahead of the queue. And we just don't think that's right. I can't think of another country in the world where you rock up with a family and you expect the local taxpayer in that country to pay for your housing needs. We're told the whole point of immigration is because we need people to come and work. Well, the clue's in the name work. It wasn't, oh, by the way, we're going to pay you to live here and pay all of your housing needs. It's simply not fair. And that's the key difference. As we talked on our policy that Robert Jenrick announced this time last week, making welfare work, there is a key focus on supporting and helping British workers, whether it's in welfare, whether it's in housing. It's the right thing to do.